There's a quiet assumption we rarely question that more tools will make us more productive. More apps, more systems, more ways to organize, track, optimize, and for a while, it feels helpful. You download a new app, set up a new system, rearrange your workflow. It feels like progress. But then something subtle happens. You start managing your system more than your work, switching between tools, updating trackers, organizing tasks, and somehow the thing that actually matters, the work itself, gets less of your attention. This is the paradox. The tools that are meant to support your work slowly start competing with it. Not because they're bad, but because they're endless. There's always a better app, a cleaner system, a more efficient method, and chasing that becomes its own kind of distraction, a productive looking distraction, but still a distraction. Now layer that with everything else your digital world offers: notifications, messages, content, updates, each one small, each one harmless, until your attention becomes fragmented, pulled in different directions throughout the day. And in between all that, you're trying to create something meaningful, something that requires depth, focus, presence. It's not an even fight. So the question isn't, how do I use more tools? It's, what do I actually need? Because most people don't have a productivity problem. They have an attention problem, and attention needs space, not more input, less. Digital minimalism isn't about rejecting technology, it's about being intentional with it, choosing a few tools that genuinely support your work and letting go of the rest, not because they're useless, but because they're unnecessary. For example, you don't need five different apps to manage your tasks. You need one that you trust. You don't need constant notifications. You need uninterrupted time. You don't need more content about productivity. You need to actually do the thing you've been thinking about. Here's something simple you can try: remove one layer of noise, just one. Maybe it's turning off non essential notifications. Maybe it's limiting how often you check certain apps. Maybe it's choosing one tool and ignoring all alternatives for a while. Not forever, just long enough to feel the difference. Because when the noise reduces, something else becomes visible: your own thoughts, your own pace, your own way of working. And that's something no tool can give you. It's something you notice when everything else quiets down. Because at the end of the day, productivity isn't about how optimized your system looks. It's about how much of your attention is actually available for the things that matter. And attention, in a world like this, isn't managed by adding more. It's protected by removing what doesn't need to be there. So maybe the real upgrade you need isn't a new tool, it's less noise and a little more space to think. So, can